ladies, welcome back to another episode of Simplicity TV. I am Jen Pike, your host, and today I am talking to you all about the difference between two of my signature programs, one being Synced and the other being the Hormone Project. So these are two programs that if you've been following us for any length of time, we give a lot of information and a lot of detail about, but there can still be some confusion for the woman who's trying to decide, well, where do I fit in? Which one is for me? What specifically the differences of the two are. So I'll talk first about what the Hormone Project is and who the Hormone Project is for. The Hormone Project is where there is one-on-one coaching. So you're working with myself one-on-one or Dr. Laura Anderson, one of our health coaches within the program. We also have clinician meetings within that program. So the women that we're working with, we are running functional tests. We are doing blood review. We are doing a Dutch, which is a dried urinary test for comprehensive hormones. We are sometimes also running a GI map test, which is a stool, a poop test. Sometimes we're doing hair trace mineral analysis. Sometimes we're also bringing in other practitioners outside to help support bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. So there's a lot of moving pieces inside the Hormone Project, and this is why you have the individual calls with us inside the team, as well as the group element of it. So the individual calls are for us and for me, if you're working with me specifically, to get to know more about you. I can't just help you based on how you've been feeling the last couple of months. We need to know your history. What was your childhood health like? Any medical interventions? Are you on medication? Were you on medication? Were you in the hospital for anything? What has your fertility journey mean? And I don't just mean pregnancy. How old were you when you got your period? What was your period like for you throughout your tween years, your teen years, your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and beyond? If you had pregnancies, how many times were you pregnant? How many full-term pregnancies did you have? What were your deliveries like? How did you feel postpartum? What was the history of your period and your menstrual cycle throughout all of those years? Any levels of major stress or trauma that happened in your life? What about things like thyroid illness, gut illness, infections? There's so much, and this is what the mainstream media, Facebook, Instagram, all of that is not really teaching us when it comes to, hire a nutritionist, start a movement series, take this program, do that. We're different. And the reason that the Hormone Project is different is because we really get to understand the underpinnings of who you are, and that helps us get closer to the root of where everything else has stemmed from. So in order to understand the woman that you are today, we need to learn more about the woman that you've been all the way up to this point, meet you where you're at today, and then help you to transition forward. The other thing in the Hormone Project is it is the education. The education modules are next level. This is very hormone specific. So whereas in Synced, this is the meeting ground. This is where I'm teaching you about your cycle awareness, about the 4 phases of your actual menstrual cycle, meaning your period, your follicular phase, ovulation, and luteal phase, and then teaching those of you who no longer have a period for whatever reason, how you tap into the moon cycle and use those 4 phases of the new moon, the waxing moon, the full moon, and the waning moon. Because we've never been taught this, and we all should know it. There is a complete system that lives in us physiologically and outside of us in the environment based on the moon and on the seasons that are literally impacting how we feel on an energy level, an emotional level, the physical changes and responses of our body, the results that you achieve, how you show up in your relationships and in your job. So in Synced, the education is very focused on introducing you to you and your body, understanding the signs and symptoms, understanding your cervical mucus, understanding the different sensations and symptoms that you get throughout different phases, different times in the month, and about tracking that. And then there's the movement piece in Synced, where we use movement as a catalyst along with sample meal plans, seed cycling, and other educational modules that are specific to those foundations to really get you on your way. There's no coaching that is inside of Synced. You're not working with me specifically in Synced. You're not working with Dr. Laura Anderson. You're not doing any of the functional testing. We have Synced success coaches that are there to answer your questions and help you troubleshoot, but we're not running any of the functional testing inside that model, okay? That is what the Hormone Project is for. And then we have protocols in the Hormone Project, protocols that are specific to your gut, your liver, your adrenals, your thyroid, and anything other and specific to what we're working on with you. So maybe you have a history of mono, Epstein-Barr virus that's still active in your body. Maybe you have H. pylori. Maybe you have an autoimmune condition of your thyroid, Graves or Hashimoto's. Maybe you are suffering from really long-term, really struggling with fertility. That is something that we help you with. So the protocols are based on your body individually, as well as generally the systems and organs as a woman that we know need to be supported. You need to have impeccable gut health to properly detoxify excess hormones out of your body. You need to have impeccable liver health and gallbladder support in order to make sure you're properly breaking down, metabolizing, and moving out the excess hormones and toxins in your system. You need to have impeccably functioning adrenal glands to support your nervous system, your mood, your neurotransmitters, and your thyroid. And all of these work in conjunction together. So you might, up to this point, have worked with somebody who had a very specific lens and was like, we're only going to focus on this. While you can't change everything all at once, we have an incredible skill set within the Hormone Project where we can, in fact, work on whatever we feel is the foundation of your body, while also starting to benefit and amplify the health of all of these other parts of your system. And this is why the functional testing is so important, right? And in the Hormone Project, this gives us the opportunity to go next level. So like I said, sometimes we're offering additional testing. Sometimes we're connecting you with another colleague of mine who might offer something that we don't. The Hormone Project is for the woman who's like, Jen, I've tried all those things. I've tried the cycle syncing, I've done the seeds, I've gone to umpteen practitioners, and you're still struggling. That's who the Hormone Project is for, okay? Synced is for the girl, the woman who is like, I don't know my up from my down when it comes to my body. I have no connection to my system. I have been grinding it in the gym. I have been following the diets. I've done keto. I've done macro counting. I've done the Whole30 plan. I've done all of these things. I still feel like garbage. I'm still putting on weight. I still have acne. I'm still losing hair. I'm so confused. I don't know what to choose for me anymore. And I can literally feel my body saying to me, you shouldn't be doing this type of workout today. You shouldn't be doing this, but I don't know what else to do because no one else is teaching me. Synced was created by me because I needed something when my body was telling me, Jen, you can't be following this workout program 5, 6, 7 days a week because the program says so. Your body's not in it today. So what else do I do? And I looked and it didn't exist. So I use the movement as a catalyst. The movement for me is how I create a relationship with you, and it's how I get inside and create a tipping point where you start to connect the dots of all the other signs and symptoms of your body. We cut down the time frame in terms of how you are moving your body. We move, if you think of like intervals, you have times of intensity and you have times of recovery and you have times of connection. You're lifting weights, you're using bands, you're using your own body, you're outside in fresh air, all different things. And what that does, it's not just about helping to get your body composition to a certain place. All these little drips of variety are what are helping to create the overall awareness so that you become more attuned to know what feels best for your body and what doesn't. And the amazing thing that happens inside of Synced for these women is cycles get on point, fertility strengthens, menopause symptoms starts to diminish. Their ability to have clarity and focus and have strong boundaries around what is serving them and what is not sharpens. And those women in Synced oftentimes are who graduate into the Hormone Project. So in my opinion, Synced is a beautiful place to start to learn. We do master classes. There's over 70 videos in the library. There's so much that happens in there where you're getting the foundational education. And then when you're ready to work with me one-on-one, when you are ready to invest in yourself in terms of the time and energy, when you are ready to do the functional test, and for us to explain to you the chemistry of your body and get so finite that we can specifically point the needle exactly where it needs to go, that is when you are ready for the Hormone Project. And you might be like, I am already there. Then you head over to www.jenpike.com/the Hormone Project and you join us. We have something for everyone. Every single one of you that is struggling and feels like, I don't know where to go or what to do, you reach out to us. Go to the website, message us personally, email hello@jenpike.com, and we will help to steer you in the right direction. My biggest goal at the end of the day is I want to be the game changer, because there's many of us, that are changing the landscape of education for women. You always should have known this information. You need to know it now. Your girls need to know it, and we need to do it together. So do not wait a minute longer struggling. Choose Synced, Hormone Project, pick something, get rooted, and start today. Simplicity and ease, my friends. It's possible.